Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. We are live with the one and the only Yankee Stacking. Welcome, Yankee Stacking. As most of you guys know, this is something that I do to help promote other channels in the community and kind of get to know folks and kind of to cross over some of the audience. There's some viewers of mine that may not be aware of Yankee Stacking, and that's kind of what it's about. As most of you know, it's one of those things that I do. If you have a channel that's been around for 6 months or more and are interested in kind of growing or expanding a bit, I'd like to kind of help you out. So this is in part just a basic interview we're going to have with Yankee Stacking. I'm going to take some questions from you guys as well. So very good. So welcome, Yankee. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Sal. Thank you so much for inviting me on your stream. This is awesome.
Well, sure thing. And before we actually start with the interview, I'd like to, sometimes I'm remiss in mentioning this, but the link to Yankee Stacking's channel is in the description of this video. So you can check it out and click on it and hopefully give him a sub and check out some of his videos. Very good. All right.
Thank you. And can I just say, too, I think my entire family, Mrs. Yankee especially, is thrilled that I'm finally doing this and getting this over, because this is all I've been talking about and I'm driving them all nuts.
Oh, wow. Well, what an honor. I tell you what, it's speaking of honor, it's an honor to have you here. And you're a wonderful member of the community and have got such a great personality and show a lot of great pieces and coins. And actually, one of your highlights is the Yankee cannon. We'll learn about that as we get started here. But first, I want to step back in utero. Let's talk about the first gestation, the first trimester of gestation. What are your memories of that? No, actually, in all seriousness, what kind of got you into precious metals or coin collecting? And talk about your earliest experiences, I guess, with the precious metals or coin collecting.
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you. But I do want to just say a few thank yous and shout outs to the people that are in the chat right now. Barb, just another average stacker. Terry, all the Donald, the stacking nerd. You draw in an amazing crowd every time you go live, Sal. It's just a joy to be a part of.
They really are. I draw.
They're fantastic people.
99% of the people that are there are just awesome, except for that 1%, which is Alan Gold. But we won't go there. Maybe later we'll go there with Alan Gold. But no,
he's special, right?
What's that?
Even he's special.
Even he's special too.
Special troll. It's 99.999, right?
There you go. Exactly. That's right. Exactly.
All right.
Good to see you guys. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
So, wow, you want me to go all the way back?
Well, I guess your earliest memory of maybe there's a two-part question. I've never actually gotten into this deep before, but maybe your first exposure to coins and precious metals, and then when you started getting interested in them.
Right. Let me just say hi to Amy. She feels left out, but
Amy.
Yeah, it would definitely go back to me being 8, 9 with my grandfather on my mother's side. Gramps had an amazing coin collection. And every time I'd go over there, it would be, a little boring. But when he would bring me into his little den and show me his coins, I just couldn't get enough of it. He had some amazing stuff. And then, of course, he pulled out the books and got me into penny collecting. And that was my first taste. I would say in the 80s with my dad, we started stacking, if you will. They didn't even call it stacking back then. It was hoarding. Right. Just hoard silver. So we went to the local coin shop in the mall, and he loved constitutional silver, especially dimes. He thought the dime was the perfect size. So we started buying rolls, and back then it was like $8, $9 an ounce at that time.
Yeah.
So we had fun doing that together. And then as things happen, I kind of got out of collecting, got out of stacking. Started a family, did all that until about 2009. It was actually 2009 when the Great Recession hit. And I looked at my, investment portfolio, and I thought about what is it that I need to be preparing for for my family and such. And that's when I got into stacking. So That's the abridged version.
Right. Yeah. Well, and it's amazing because you talk about hoarding versus stacking.
Right.
Hoarding has a sort of a negative connotation to it,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It does.
And
It does.
and so now in this present age, especially after 2011, because in this information age with what happened in 2011, though I see that as a kind of an anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
People started to sort of wake up. It sort of waked up the importance of silver in the digital age.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Mm-hmm.
even in 2011 there was there was digital transactions. People were using debit cards. People were using credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
There's less and less cash transactions now, but even back then there were fewer and fewer. So yeah, it's
That's true.
pretty interesting. Yeah,
Yep. So that got me into it, and I started with gold, not silver, because I felt that that was the right way for me to go as a foundation.
right,
So I went that route, and now I'm mostly stacking silver for a variety of reasons. But
right. Okay, well, tell us, and this leads us to the question the biggest, and I know you've talked about this a bit on your channel, but just for the benefit of those here, um, how did you get into gold? And tell us about the manifestation of the famous Yankee cannon.
that took quite a bit of convincing from me to Mrs. Yankee. But we talked about preparing and trying to be frugal with precious metals. And I thought the best way to go at that time in 2009 is with gold. It was $1,000 an ounce at that time. And we made what you could call an investment. I call it insurance
Right.
than an investment. I have different investments that I continue to do that are still more conservative than the stock market. But this to me was insurance. And I talked to her about, hey, we have life insurance, we have car insurance, fire insurance, health insurance. We need inflation insurance. What
Yeah.
just happened set the table in my mind for the big one, which I think is still going to happen. So I said we need to at least protect ourselves if inflation goes crazy. So that's when I did the Yankee cannon.
Nice. That's awesome. Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. And so that is your biggest kind of gold purchase, and that is a lot of gold right there. So right out
Yeah.
the starting gate, you're kind of got
Yeah.
yourself set up for a pretty healthy gold to silver, personal gold to silver ratio.
Right. I mean, I definitely feel the ratio has a lot of validity, and stacking silver is definitely the way to go because I do believe that silver is undervalued, underpriced, and I think it's going to make a huge difference for us for us stackers of silver. But for me, I thought gold was the right step because I wanted it to be insurance, and for me, gold represents what the big boys do, what the central banks do throughout the
Right.
world. They're the ones that hoard or stack, if you will,
Yeah.
and they're repatriating it more and more right now. Russia, China, you name it. It's really starting to take off. But to me, I wanted to do what they did to some degree,
Right.
even a small degree, and so I started with gold. But now I think silver is a valid stacking commodity, and that asset I believe will follow gold. When gold takes off, silver will shoot probably even more so.
Yeah, typically that's what happens. It's volatility
Mm,
lends itself to larger spikes than gold in both directions, by the way.
right.
And For sure, yeah, yeah, very good. All right, so we'll see, and hopefully we'll see that come around as and prices are starting to creep up a bit now.
Does maybe somebody? It's probably no one in the chat that doesn't know what I'm talking about. But do you want me to show you what the Yankee cannon is?
Oh yes, that would be
Would
wonderful.
that be helpful?
I think that would be. I think when people would love to see the Yankee Cannon. By the way, while he's getting that, hello to Urban Lifestyle. Good to see you.
Oh
Value
yeah,
Hunter over here is here. Good to see you. All right, so Yankee's going to show us the Yankee Cannon.
hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Let's see if I'm turning the camera on. There we go.
All right.
All right. Well, so yeah, I'll get to this stuff in a bit.
Okay.
So let's wheel this baby out. There she is.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's not usual. It's a red capped rather than the green capped.
Yep. Wow, that's
And
awesome.
yeah, and it's remarkably heavy. That's what's so amazing. My
Oh
kids,
yeah.
when they hold it, they go, "What?" how can that be so heavy, Dad? I'm like, it's dense.
So a gold tube that's 20, right?
That's 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep this one in a coin capsule just so that I can carry it around and do
Right.
crazy stuff with it. But
Is
this is
that the
what I do.
20th?
This is what I do a-okay at the end with. So
Is that the 20th there?
this is the 20th, right?
Okay. Yeah, yeah. You might want to get another one to make that tube 20 and then have that one out. You know what I'm saying? That would
Easier said than done, Sal.
I know. Yeah, it does take a lot of time, and it's been a struggle for me these past couple of years as I've
Oh,
been
yeah.
focusing more on gold. I've kind of been the other way. I'm trying to get it to catch up with my personal gold to silver ratio, but that is really cool. And congratulations on getting that Yankee cannon. That's really cool.
I appreciate it. So I do occasionally. I had a goal this year of getting one more quarter ounce. This, by the way, this bag comes from JT Coin Rings. I don't know if he's in the chat, but
Oh
JT
yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
I'm wearing his ring too. JT, shout out to JT. But these are like, this is all I'll do right now with gold. I love the 24 karat gold. So these are the Canadian.
Okay.
These are quarter ounces.
Yeah.
And this was my latest one that I just got. So this fulfills my gold goals for 2019. So
Okay.
I'm all about silver now. I need to work on my monster box. That's what I need to do.
There you go. Yeah. Purely stacking, very sure. All right, we've got straight 9 stacking here. We've got the Silver Wolverine here. Good to see you guys. Well, that's awesome. So as you're working more towards a silver stacking goal,
right?
And I think I agree with you. I think the Eagles is definitely a good way to do it in the monster box. And
I do bring that gold around. Probably in crazy spots. I got to be more careful with it. But like today, I went with Mrs. Yankee kayaking.
Oh,
so we had a lot of fun. So I don't just stack. I like to do a lot of other things. So if I show you, let me show you this gun right here. Share this one out there. See, so there's Mrs. Yankee strapping down the
I don't see I see the kayak and car, but I don't.
The kayak? You don't see Mrs. Yankee?
I don't see Mrs. Yankee.
She's behind the car.
Oh, she's behind the car. Okay. All right. There we go.
Yeah. And then
have a bluish thing. All right. Oh, yeah.
Got to be careful. But
yes.
that was just too much to pass up.
That thing, and just so you know, the law of physics and gravity will cause that thing to sink right to the bottom.
Oh, right
to the bottom.
Still waters, Sal. Still waters.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, indeed.
So.
Wow. Well, that's cool. And that's, and I think that's something too that I carry. I don't know if you know this, but I carry a silver eagle with me everywhere that I bought brand new.
Right.
And it's been with me almost every single day. And I've worn 1/10 of an ounce from it. So I know it's fun to carry. It's a good reminder of what real wealth is. I'm not quite brave enough to carry an ounce of gold around with me.
I know, that's pretty crazy, right? Nerd had a very good idea. Maybe I should carry a fake around.
There you go. Yeah.
In fact, I actually do have a fake.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I should probably. That's a really good idea. Here's the fake. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see it. I can tell immediately. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's monstrous, right?
Now, is that a tungsten? Is there tungsten in that? Or
I have absolutely no idea what's inside it, but I do have a neodymium magnet that just that I use to test my real stuff on, and boy, I'll tell you, it's just like bang. Yeah, it's fake.
Okay. Yeah. Magnet. It's just steel. Yeah. That's
Got it from Alibaba.
Oh yeah, that's right. Very good. Yeah. All right. Well, cool. So, leading on, do you still have those dimes that your grandpa had?
Oh, my dad.
Your dad. Yeah.
I do.
So have the dimes. That's the early stuff from the back in the day. That's a hoard. That's your hoard, and this is now your stack. So So now
I put them in here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. This was given to me by Mel's Coin Corner. This community rocks, dude. I had no idea when I started last August, 10 months ago, just what this community was like, including Terry. And
Terry, yeah.
No, but I mean, Mel, so generous. He gave me this box. Just everybody in the community has been so generous, so kind, not only to me, but Little Stacks, my 15-year-old son. And I just want to shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you so, so much for just being so kind, supportive, generous, helpful. It's just been wonderful.
It really is. That can't be understated enough. It's a wonderful community, and everyone that's in this chat, I appreciate all you guys definitely being here, and it really is the positivity and the support is just absolutely amazing. We kind of come together, and we can joke around, we can have fun, we can gently rib each other, and it's neat. It's kind of a cool understanding. And I love that about the community, and I think that's what's so cool about you, because you have a great sense of humor, and but you have a good head on your shoulders, and you've got great advice. You've got a nice family, and I like that you're a patriot too. I like the theme of your channel, and that's kind of where I want to go, because you started to stacking silver. I see that you have there. How did the channel come about, and how did YouTube come into play?
Well, you played a part of it, Sal.
Oh, okay.
You are one of my featured channels because you inspired me not only to stack, but also to start being a content creator.
Oh, wow.
And there's a couple others that have really meant a lot to me. Silver Fortune, Matt, he's fantastic. Silver Torch 66.
Yes.
He inspired me. I still remember listening to you and Silver Torch 66 out on my hammock last summer, just watching and going, you know what? I'm 53, but I think I can do this.
Yeah.
Of course, Little Stacks was like, really, Dad? But I said, can you help me? So he helped me too. So
nice.
That's where it started. I was inspired, and it just seemed like everyone was supportive and kind and helpful and all that. So I thought, I could do this. So I tried. I look back at some of my old videos, and of course, everybody, when they do that, they kind of cringe. But
I cringe in my newest videos.
Don't we all? So that was fun, and then it was how I was going to stack too. See, I'm a very deliberate, very intentional person in a variety of ways, and all the things that I do, whether it's at work or the fun stuff that I do with the family, I really want to think things through. So I thought, what kind of stacker am I going to be? Am I just going to flail all out and go to places and see stuff and fall in love and just buy it and then go back and go, what did I do? I didn't want that. So I've always been frugal. I've always been, careful with my money. I live debt free. Like you said, I'm a patriot, and I love the way we ran as a country when we had sound money, and when savings actually mattered, and when we invested wisely and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of how I was brought up. And I'm doing that here, trying to do that with stacking. So again, I put together, the Yankee stacking strategy, or how I would stack.
Right.
And just kind of went from there. I can honestly say I don't have a single piece that I regret buying.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. And
I have pieces that I regret not buying.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Don't we all in that regard? Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, well, that's neat. That's awesome. Well, it's a great theme. It's a great channel, and it's unique. And you really.
Oh, and there is a story. I did start out Yankee Stacker when I first launched, and I sat there and I told the kids, guys, I'm live. I have my channel, Yankee Stacker. I'm going to tell a few people, and I told like a half dozen, maybe a dozen people.
Right.
I got a strike, and I was banned.
Whoa.
The first day I went live, and I was like, what just happened? And I was reading the email, and YouTube was like, you thought I was a spammer or something. And I don't even want to look at the chat because I know they're going to start nailing me on this. But I only sent it to a few people that I thought would really want to know that I started out.
Oh, it's because of the email. Okay.
Yeah. And one of them was Matt at Silver Fortune. And I said, what do I do, Matt? I just launched hours ago, and now I just got nailed. He's like, man, you could always relaunch his Yankee stacking.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's what I did.
Okay. Wow. So there wasn't a problem with the name. It was just the fact that okay, I see. Yeah.
I got a little excited.
Yeah. Well, and he's got 2,192 subscribers right now,
Oh my
and
word.
he started August 3rd of last year. So that's great growth for
I
that
can't
amount of
believe it.
time, and it's amazing. And
Why do people want to listen to a 53-year-old guy
you're
spout off about
because
solar?
you're articulate, you're fun, you're still young, and you have got a great heart for the community and a great heart for precious metals and all things associated with it, and for people. And I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah, you're
Right.
and
It's a reflection. It's a reflection on the supportiveness of the community. It really is.
yeah,
I mean, they just, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, whether it's the lighting or my sound or whatnot. I've really tried to step it up, but boy, it's hard.
it is hard. I mean, and it's, I know there's a lot of room for improvement that I could do in that area too. I mean, a lot of times I'm reading from stuff from news articles and stuff like that. But for my other videos that I showcase things on, sometimes it's tough to get the lighting and stuff right. But I
One of,
think you just have fun with it and
right,
enjoy it and don't
right,
overthink it
right.
because
And one of the things that have really meant a lot to me is the collaborations that I've had, especially with Silver Dragons. I mean, he's
yes,
been phenomenal. Our coast to coast stacking is a joy to do,
right,
and I just admire him. I not a lot of millennials do what that guy does. He worked
right,
hard and
yes,
he does amazing stuff. So I've shout out to my friend who I didn't meet until YouTube. So
right,
that's been fun. Stacking Stormtrooper, doing something recently with him. All the people that were guest hosting while Silver Dragons was banned. That was awesome because I
yeah,
had so many cool people come on this live stream that I got to interview, and it put something in my heart and my mind about what I really enjoy doing, and that is interviewing and getting to know people. So I started that Yankee Spotlight, which you were the first to go,
yes.
and
Fun.
that was really fun. Thank you again for doing that with me.
Sure thing. It was quite an honor, and you're a great interviewer, and that is the thing. Your interaction with folks is amazing, and yeah, and in fact, the thumbnail that I prepared for the announcement of this very interview, I tried to take some tips from what you and
Oh wow!
Stormtrooper had put out. I mean, I like to mess around with graphic design, but
Mm,
I kind of try to keep in mind some of the tips that you guys had talked about in that live stream. So that was
thank you,
cool. Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, and then I'll, at the end of the stream, maybe I'll tell who's next in line for Yankee Spotlight in
Oh
June.
yes, definitely. We'll have to remember that. Definitely. Definitely want to talk about that. So with that, my last question before we take
Mhm,
questions from the folks here
mhm.
on the chat side is where do you see your channel going here in the next year or even 5 years?
Oh my word! Oh, that's a good question.
You're a
Um,
planner, so I mean, you like
I
your
I
delivery.
have well, here's the deal, and it's just tricky. I have a lot of interests. I love cycling. I love kayaking. I mean, I love sports a lot. I'm outdoors a lot, climb mountains, do things while I can, while my
Yeah,
knees, don't fail me. But and my family absolutely has to come first. I scaled back a few months ago after really taking a pulse over my YouTube content creating, the amount of time that I was spending that I love doing on other people's channels, answering every single comment,
yeah,
and I
a
still
lot of
do that.
time.
But
Yeah,
I still do that, and I think I still can. But what I'm trying to do is now, use some time during the weekend, get those queued up and scheduled for the week. Maybe do 2 videos a week, maybe 3,
yeah,
and one live stream. And so that's sort of like the framework or the barriers that I'm putting on myself because I really think that's appropriate. I want to give as much time as I can to Little Stacks before he's up and out of here.
yeah.
My oldest is getting married in October.
Wow. Yeah.
My second child is going to college
Wow.
800 miles away in August. So the Yankee household is starting to change.
Yeah.
And yeah, so if I was retired and if the kids are all gone, empty nest, I would take it to a whole nother level, I think. It would be a
Right.
lot of fun. But
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I have to stay focused,
Yep.
again, intentional, and try to do a good job and have fun with it. It's a hobby to me. This is not, I can't quit my day job. Are you kidding me?
Right. Yeah.
And I have to work
I.
really hard.
Exactly. Neither can I, considering how much I spend with it. It's just crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a hobby. It's a wonderful hobby. Do I care about sub growth? Yeah, but I'm not all about the analytics and
I don't really.
trying to me, it's just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody, the people make it fun. If I was just sitting here fondling the silver, and I better not go any further with this.
Right.
So if I was just,
yeah.
if I was just here playing with this stuff.
Well, and that's just it. I mean, I'm kind of like you. It's fun. It's become. I mean, for me, it's become a source of income. But obviously, I can't quit my day job either. But the main reason why I do it is because of the interaction, the community, and the fun we have, and it's just definitely a joy, and we can't help but appreciate the interactions and the good friends that we've made along the way here.
So people, before we ask questions, so people that are maybe new to me and what makes me different, in the Yankee way or the Yankee stacking way, I focus on three things primarily: constitutional silver for fractional silver, government silver bullion, and I have an array here from different countries, but primarily Canadian silver maple leafs and American silver eagles. And the last thing is gold, and primarily fractional gold right now is my focus. Obviously, I don't want to do any more big stuff with gold. And so that's really my focus. I do have fun doing that. A lot of people think that's really boring, getting constitutional silver, getting, government bullion. How boring is that? They want to buy really high premium collector stuff. I really don't do that. I don't have high premium stuff. Occasionally, I do what I call get silver dessert.
Right.
An ice cream cone. And just enjoy it, whether it's this, red dragon or something like that. That is fun. That is really cool. And that gets little stacks into it too, because we're working on something together there. So that's cool. But I don't want to make that my steady diet, or I'll get so out of shape and fat.
Right. Oh, yeah.
The wrong stuff, right?
Yep.
So
it's all about, and people, I love
and it really focuses why I stack, right? Yep. So I've talked to this about you before, those three types of stackers that I call them, the collector stacker, the flipper stacker, and the prepper stacker. And the reason I do those three is because I'm primarily a prepper stacker, preparing for retirement, for economic crisis, for, inflation.
Yep. And I'm more of a collector stacker because I'm all about more at the shiny and the, and all that. But
and that's probably why you're 22,000 subscribers, that and a whole bunch of other reasons, because that is fun. People love to watch that. And that's one of the reasons why I'm still scratching my head over why people watch me, because a lot of people think this strategy is boring.
Yeah, but the thing is you make it fun, and the principles that you talk about, I try to do as well. Really stand true, and it's about I've always been of the mind that silver itself sells itself. We just if we present it for what it is, the truth for what it is, I think it's going to attract people, but also have them understand the reality of it for what it is. I mean, right now I don't know if you look at a 100-year chart for silver itself, the actual value of it is still a bit under inflation. But if you take into account the long term, there will be times where it's a bit above inflation, especially what we talked about earlier when the prices go up. Silver is more volatile, which means that it can be volatile to the upside. So there may be a time where it may be above inflation. I think during the after 2011, when the price started to come back down, when it was $30 and $28 an ounce, it was still way above inflation. But there's times where it's below inflation too. I think there's less of those times where it's below inflation, but in the end, as long as we understand what the true purpose of silver is, and I think you talk about those fundamentals on your channel and make it fun, and I think that's part of the appeal there and why you've grown so fast. I think.
And if we're all stacking for whatever reason, maybe you're trying to flip it, you find something that's really you think is going to be popular and try to sell it, or if you just love the shine and collect the cool stuff, or if you're like me and you're preparing. If something happens, we're all still stacking.
That's
We all
right.
still have the metals,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Worst
Even
case
Ford stuff,
scenario, I
barn
always
and
tell
Ford
people
stuff.
this: we're,
Yeah.
we're always protected by the intrinsic value thereof, and I
Right.
think that's the thing that people need to keep in mind, no matter what. Like for instance, I bought this 2 ounce coin a couple of years ago, the Gods of Olympus series, the Zeus coin. It was like
Mhm.
I think it went for like $170, and then it went up to $400, and I don't even know where it is now because I don't want to keep track of it. But if silver goes down to whatever, let's say silver goes down to $10 an ounce, and there's 2 ounces of silver in it. It's $20 worth of silver. Now I've lost a lot of money on it, but I knew that going in because it's a collector piece. And but and that's the thing is, we can go out and buy the latest phone. You can spend your money on this or that, and more likely, if you get the newest phone or whatever, the intrinsic value of a car after you sell it, you
Mhm.
know, you lose a lot more. There's not much intrinsic value in a car compared to silver or gold, compared depending on what you buy.
Right.
And most of those collector coins, you're going to get something over spot for them if you
Sure.
sell them in the right place, in the right
Mhm.
marketplace. But yeah,
Oh, and like I said, it is fun to pick up some really cool, stuff, double dragons and
oh
things like
yeah, yeah,
it's fun. It keeps it enjoyable, but
it does.
I really do enjoy getting my regular stuff. When I go to my local coin shop and talk to Tim, and he hands me, like he just did a couple days ago, a $16 American Silver Eagle that just needed a little loving and cleaned up. I'm pretty psyched about that and
Yeah,
adding it to my stack. I don't have to go, well, that's boring. That is awesome. I enjoy that. So, to each his own. I totally get that. But for those people out in the chat, if you are like me, I'm just curious. If you're primarily a prepper stacker, and when I say prepper, I don't mean the zombie apocalypse. I mean, if you're someone who is preparing for something that you think is going to happen, something big economically, put a 1 in the chat. I'd really like to see it. And just to drive that point home, I really do believe, Sal, it's different this time.
yeah. I think so too. We still haven't seen the effects of 3 rounds of quantitative easing yet.
Correct. Correct.
And I think that's one of the biggest things that I think we've got to when this next recession hits. And the thing is, it may be a staggered decline. In other words, we may see a recession, a normal recession.
Right.
Then we may see, because I just talked about today in my video
Right. I saw that. That is neat. Yeah.
about the markets. You have the inflated bubble, then you have a real growth using what I would call real money, real economic growth. And so when the bottom falls out of the other one, it could cause the other just to collapse. It's
Did you hear? I don't know. I don't want to bore the chat, but did you hear that Fed Chairman Powell said that the zero interest rate policy and the QE policies were no longer to be seen as something extreme out of the ordinary, but now business as usual.
wow. In some ways, it doesn't surprise me. I tell you what, that's scary.
That's a complete flip. That's a
Yeah,
complete change.
it
And that
sure is.
should scare you and should scare me. This is
Yes, it
crazy
does.
stuff.
It does.
That's
Sloth
not good.
Lightfoot, thank you so much for the
Oh,
super
that was
chat there. He says apocalypse is coming as YouTube is skipping ship. Yeah. Wow.
Silver Dragons. I am not going to go on another Yankee rant.
Yeah.
I'm done. so I do think ZERP is coming again, but notice I didn't say slurp. I said ZERP. Actually,
Zero.
Sal, could you do a slurp for me?
Yes, because I've been drinking this respectfully, not slurping out of respect for you. But Barbara's probably wondering where's the slurp spin? Here we go. Here we go. Ah, yes, indeed. Get that out of my system. Well, yeah. Well, all right. So now what we're going to do, we are going to take questions for Yankee stacking from the chat side. Now, as you know it, what we do to do this, so that we can see the question directed towards him. I want you to type in 5 Ys before your question.
5 Ys?
5 Ys.
Okay.
5 Ys. Why? That way I'll be able to see it.
Nice.
And then we're going to do it, and then that'll flag it that what it's going towards for Yankee, okay? Or a bunch of, but at least 5, bunch of Ys, and then a space. All right, so here we go. Guido's first question: will the Blues win
Oh,
Sunday?
I hate you, Guido. Oh man, I can't believe that game. Anyways, I think it. I think the Blues have got it.
The Blues have got it. All right.
I hate to say it, but they're too good.
Stacking nerd: is there hope for Novus?
No.
No, no.
Next question.
Terry Rapidu.
Can I just say no? Can I just say Novus is the guy you love to hate and hate to love?
Yeah, he's awesome. All right, Terry Rapidu. I know what I cannot say. I don't think that was a question, but all right. But we should put 5 Y's in front of it. Just another average stacker. Do you think the gold silver ratio holds the same weight today as it did 25 years ago? Good question.
No.
I don't think it does either. I agree with you. Value Hunter, do you have any more capital stored in PMs or ammo? Do you have more capital stored in PMs or ammo?
That's a really good question. I would say minus the gold, minus the Yankee cannon.
Yeah.
Oh, probably silver, but it's close. It's close.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Coins A to Z, do you LIK?
A to Z, do I what?
Coins A to Z asked, do you LIK? I think he said, oops. I think he got the question wrong. I'm not.
Okay.
Well, wait, I don't think he got that. Julian Bullion says there's only 18 likes on this. All right. Let's see.
Oh, that's pretty good for me.
Let's see here. Okay. You find here.
Well, Silver Dragons. I didn't build the deck. I didn't. I had somebody that was absolutely amazing build that deck. A gentleman who, no joke, had no legs and one arm.
Wow.
He has the most amazing story you'll ever read. So inspirational. He's been in the news. When he was younger and not very wise, was jumping between boxcars, fell down in between the train.
Ooh.
And it cut off right across his body. And
wow.
Somebody saw it, came over, it was an EMT, stopped the bleeding on both femoral arteries and saved his life.
Wow.
And he turned his life around. I had bids out for the deck. He came by and I looked at him and wait, what? And he showed me what he had done. And he talked about inspirational. He inspired me like you would not believe. And he put that deck together beautifully.
Wow, that's amazing. What a story. It's amazing success story. That's true.
Incredible. It really was. Amazing story.
Silver Heights, Yankee, for you, who would be the most anticipated face reveal? Silver Dragons or Seduced by Silver? I know my answer to that.
Seduced by Silver.
Oh, yeah. I think Seduced popped by here earlier, but she couldn't chat. Oh. Shout out to Seduced by Silver. Great lady. Let's see here.
Karen said, how much land do I have? About an acre, Karen. Silver wheels. Can I just say silver wheels? Karen is, I think you're getting close to, I'll put it in the chat, 300? I can't remember. Nice. If you can show some love to Silver Wheels, Karen is an amazing member of our community. She's very supportive, always on the live streams. Please show her some love. Help her to get over her milestone there.
All right. Yes, indeed. Definitely. All right. G. Adams, how long do we have to wait for the GS ratio to normalize?
What's the normal?
Yeah, and this
no, I'm not trying to be wise there. Really, what is the normal right now? Now that we're not on the gold standard, not on silver, what is it?
Yeah,
it's challenging to know. Oh, she's almost to 400. Thanks, SD. What?
Mikey's back says, when it comes to stacking silver, are you concerned on quality more so than quantity, or vice versa?
For me,
yeah,
quantity. Again, if you check out what I do with Cull Silver. Yeah, I don't care if they're scratched up. That's what I like. Low premium.
Robin Stabile, I found a Kennedy half with reverse on both sides worth anything. I think if you don't know the answer that I do,
go for it.
That is what's known as a magician's coin, typically, or a trick coin, or something that was done aftermarket. 9 times out of 10. They do a really good job with some of them. It's very hard to see the seams, but typically that's what it is. So it's not worth anything. Silver Stacking Capybara, do you believe that the Federal Reserve will one day implement negative interest rates? Sounds like based on what you said, at least when they talk about zero interest rates meaning normal.
I think it's extremely challenging for them to go negative. I think it's hard until we are fully cashless. When
Right.
we have a future crypto, not the current crypto, not the current Bitcoin or altcoins out there, Litecoin, you name it, in a future crypto that is backed by something that is unfortunately centrally controlled by a government, because the powers that be aren't going to let this thing ride. No way. They're not going to let their currencies get controlled.
Right. Exactly.
No way. They're going to take it back. But once it's all crypto, they can go negative so much more easily that way.
Yep. Yep. That's for sure. So all is one now says, what will be the reason for the collapse? If you could pick one reason, what would it be for the collapse?
What's the pin, right? I'm about to do a video on the pins.
Okay.
I really do think the trade war is a potential. I think there's a lot of bubbles. I think what's going to happen. I totally understand the devaluating of currency. I know what China's doing, and I'd love to get them back for some of the things they do. However, let's be careful here. If you look at history, when there's a trade war, the debtor nation takes it in the chin a lot more than the creditor nation. We are playing with fire right now, and I just think that could be the pin. There's a lot of other things too. I was just looking at the stats, and I shared it with my daughter on cars. There has been more new cars left on lots in May than since the Great Recession.
Wow.
How about that? And there are more defaults or people are missing their payments than in 2010. These are leading indicators, not lagging indicators. So there's a lot of pins. There's a lot of pins.
Right. Yeah. I think so too. Yeah. Coin Crazy. Is there an event in which you would convert your silver to gold, sub $10 silver, tightening of GS ratio, etc.? There's some Coin Crazy.
I am missing. Okay. So I am
I'm trying to get them off.
I was looking at Terry. She's just. I got to stop looking at Terry.
Yeah.
Stop looking at Terry, Yankee. Okay. Say that question again. I apologize.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to go in like an order, trying to capture as many of these as I can. Let's say Coin Crazy. I'm probably behind you because I'm looking up above. So Coin Crazy said, is there an event in which you would convert your silver to gold, sub $10 silver, tightening a GS ratio, etc.?
No, I don't see myself converting silver to gold. The question is, would I ever convert it from gold to silver? And I've thought about it, and I don't think that's the wise thing for me to do.
Right.
So I think I'm not going to play the ratio. Guys, I think it's smart to flip silver and maybe even gold. I think it's smart. Do I feel qualified to do that? No, not really. I've done it a couple times. Do I think that people could play the ratio and do a really good job of it? Yeah. I don't think I can as well.
Right.
And I'm not looking at it as an investment. I'm not looking at it. I do other stuff like private mortgage lending and properties and stuff for that. But to me, it's just hoarding it and preparing for what I think is coming.
Killing Time. Can you explain to Sal how PM prices are manipulated?
I'm supposed to explain to you.
Well, I think he's a bit tongue-in-cheek because I typically, my sort of theme is that I do believe there's some manipulation going on, but not enough to really make a huge
difference. Yeah. I almost agree with you 100%. I do think that there is a little bit more manipulation that maybe even your videos have allowed, but you may be right. You're probably right. I'm probably wrong. But I do believe that the manipulation, if it's there, is going to continue until the Fed loses control of the interest rates. And when inflation takes off, they won't be able to manipulate it anymore. That's the key. They can do it now, but
Yep, I agree. All right. Now I'm to the part where Terry Rabideau says, pay attention to me, Yankee. Robin Stabile checks it out. The silver weighs as much as 64 and past magnet test. Cannot break it apart. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here.
I'm sorry, I'm old. I need easy questions.
I'm not sure exactly what she's saying there. Weighs as much as 64.
Redheaded Step Stacker asked if that was my car or something like that. That Subaru is mine, dude.
Yeah, cool. All right, what item have you? What item not bought as the biggest regret? Says Silver Heist. The item that you not bought that's your biggest regret.
I can't remember. It's probably because I'm suffering from early stage dementia, but I really can't remember.
All right, all right. No, that's all right. That's good. All right, we might get into that momentarily here too.
Oh yeah.
How many ounces do you hold of each metal? Says Slacker Stacker. Shout out to Slacker Stacker, another great channel.
Yes, fantastic. Actually, he was also one of the ones that inspired me too.
Cool.
Good to see you, man. How many exactly? I think it was like 300, 400 silver now, and now 21 ounces of gold.
Nice. Very good. Very cool.
I need more silver. I want a monster box. I want to beat Silver Dragons to his monster box.
Nice. All right.
Did I say that out? Did I say that out loud?
We muted that part. No one heard.
No. Thank you. Oh my word.
Don't give Terry Rabbit a wrench, says Stephen Heath. Shout out to Stephen Heath. Hello, Stephen Heath.
Are we wrenchless tonight?
We're wrenchless tonight. We're back to Barbara Carbone and Eric having wrenches only.
And Eric always give Barbara a wrench.
Yeah, Barbara Carbone. Yeah, she's just as a perpetual wrench holder. All right. Silver Steeler says, rumor has it China and Russia are wanting to not trade in dollars. Do you see a day when the dollar is no longer the reserve currency of the world?
Silver Torch 66 did a fantastic video just recently. I think it's his last video, either his last one or one before that. And it was about what China and Russia, what they're doing with the, help me, Sal, the belt and
with China and Russia.
Yeah, their huge program to work together. Yeah, and
the IMF probably.
You got it. Yeah, they're trying to get away from the dollar as a reserve currency. They don't want the petrodollar. This is killing them, and I think they're going to be successful.
Yeah, they've been talking about it for quite a while.
Oh yeah,
the IMF when they had their meeting, they were talking about them ganging up the BRICS nations. The BRICS nations ganging up on this, and yeah,
it's a dollar crisis that will cause that to happen.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Let's see here. Okay, moving down.
Silver Dragons. What? Monster box race? Oh boy.
Yeah, yeah.
He's gonna whoop me bad.
Well, I tell you what, I think I don't see any more Ys. I tell you what, guys, we're going to do something we haven't done before, but this is something that Yankee and I talked about a bit. I'm going to open up and get my arsenal of numbers out here. We're going to call up some scammers, some loan scammer. We're going to try to call Bill from Capital Funding.
Bill, okay.
Yeah, and see if we can make something happen with Gramps here.
What's the setup? What are we doing here?
Well, let's see. Let me pull your email up. Or do you want to? You're going to be Gramps Yank, right?
Grandpa Yanks.
Grandpa Yank. And so you are my grandpa. Even though I probably sound older than you with my,
I can put it on. I do a kids program where I'm. Well,
oh, nice. Very good.
I'm grandpa. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
You ever seen Jack Vale do his grandpa thing? But yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, so you're my grandpa and I'm going to have this teed and I've got this formula that and able to apply gold in a certain way to this tea to help alleviate the symptoms of dementia. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so we're going to need to get funding for that program. So let's see if we can get Bill from Capital Funding to come by to get on the line here and make this happen. Now, a lot of times these people don't answer because we're imposing on their Friday night, but hey, that's what it's about, right? Let's see here. Come on, Bill. You can do it. We'll try Elizabeth next.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Let me see here.
Voicemail system.
Oh.
You have reached the mailbox of 70.
Oh, come on, Bill. You let me down, Bill. Let's try author from BFC Underwriters. I get these calls all the time, as most of you guys know. That's why I'm hardly ever a shortage of numbers, but now there's been some legislation passed that allows providers to block auto dialing, so we may get less of these. Come on, Arthur.
That's right, blah blah Tuesday. Gold
on counter with real gold. There you go.
That's perfect.
I like it. All right.
Our voicemail system. You reach the mailbox of 1011.
All right, let's try Russell.
Come on.
He's a 6 foot tall, full of muscles.
Woo.
All right, let's
I'm ready to wrestle with Russell.
Russell. We had his mobile number too. Or try his office first. Okay.
Oh, good idea. Hi, Desert Pioneer.
Come on, Russell. We'll try his cell phone next. Russell's cell phone next.
Sheesh.
He's from the city. You'll hear his accent. It's kind of he's probably the slowest. He's a slower New York City accent. Okay, so let's try his cell. Oh, I hope I wrote this down right.
You're gonna get some poor lady in Albuquerque's like,
yeah.
Why are you being so weird?
Let's see here. Come on, hopefully.
Barb.
Yeah, we're gonna try Elizabeth. We'll try Elizabeth next. All right, I'm gonna assume this is the wrong number. Let me try to do the other number that I thought that I wrote down.
Why'd you just call me? Ash, what? Oh man.
Okay, let's see here.
Hmm.
Come on.
Hi, Merchant Source. Russell speaking.
Russell, hello, Russell. I was calling you back about the loan for my business.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Well, I've got a unique product here. In fact, I have with me on the line my grandfather who will benefit from this. I wanted to pitch this to you and see what you think.
Pitching what?
This is my grandpa Yank here with me. Say hello, Grandpa.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, yes.
Who is this?
What's your name, sir?
Grandpa. Yank.
Rick?
Yank.
Yank.
Okay.
Yank. Like, yank your chain. He's yanking your chain.
Okay, got you.
So what's going on here, Russell, is we have this, I've created this tea, okay? Because I love my grandfather a lot. He's a great guy. He used to take me to tour the Yankee cannon a long time ago. And so to pay him back,
Get off my cannon.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. We don't want to get on this cannon. But anyways, so I've created this tea and it has these, and I've concocted this measure of gold flakes in the tea to help combat dementia. And so I want to get funding to have this mass produced. And it's worked for Grandpa Yanks. Russell, what's going on there? Are you at an airport? Are they calling your flight? What's going on there?
Say that one more time, sir.
Okay. Are you at an airport? I hear.
No.
What's his name again?
I'm with my family.
Oh, you're grocery shopping. Okay. With the family. Hello to the family.
Yeah.
Hello, Russell's family.
They said hello. They said hello.
Can I hear them? Can we hear them say hello, each of them? Can you pass the phone to each of them?
They're going wild. The baby's just running around somewhere.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyway, so here's the idea.
Who am I talking to?
See, my grandpa's got dementia. He doesn't even know that your name is Russell right now. He used to know it, but he's forgotten. So I've created this tea. Okay, I've got this tea.
I knew a Russell once.
Yeah. See what I'm talking about? So I've created this tea that's got these gold flakes, and they're infused into the tea in a very special way. And that process is a secret.
It tastes like crap.
Oh, Grandpa, you love the tea. You know it.
Okay, so
you make me drink it.
So we want to mass produce this, and we need funding. We need funding to do that.
Yeah.
That's where you come in. You can help Grandpa. You can help.
Yes, definitely. And I can help save the day.
And save the day. That's right. Yes,
sir. And he's gonna remember me forever.
I will. He will remember you forever. That's right, Grandpa. Yeah. What do you think of that, Grandpa?
Who am I speaking to?
Your grandson.
Russell,
oh no,
Savior.
Russell.
Russell, yeah.
Russell,
He's 6 foot tall and full of muscles.
I don't like drinking this stuff. It's terrible.
How'd you know?
Hey, you know, I listen to Men at Work too, you know. So anyways, so Russell, so we're going to need about 250 grand to make this happen. We've done all the we've crunched all the numbers. And
I've given you enough of my inheritance. You cannot take anything more. I don't know. Is this Russell guy going to take more of my money?
Okay, Grandpa's having a little trouble with the loaning me the money to do this. Grandpa, it's for a good cause. This is going to help you, Grandpa.
Well, am I going to have a saliva problem like you do?
Okay. Well, do you have business bank statements?
Yes, sir. I've got a whole bunch of business bank statements and several vials of saliva I can also submit to it as well.
You got a problem.
This is your cell phone, correct?
Yeah. What number do you see in the caller ID there?
202-867-5309.
Yeah, and don't forget that number now.
Okay, so I'm gonna text you over.
I don't forget numbers.
Link and my email address, because every time I tried to send over email address, it kept on the back earlier. So I'm gonna send you over the email address. Just forward over the business bank statements to that email address, okay?
Okay, yeah. What are you and the family doing this? Hey, I want to do his test. I'm going to do a test with you, Russell. I want you to say something that my grandpa Yank will remember for the whole weekend. Tell me what your family's going to be doing this weekend, so that my grandpa will be able to remember.
Well, we're gonna help you get the money that you're looking for.
No, I'm talking about for fun.
I'm not looking for money.
Are you going to see John Wick 3 with the whole family? I got to know.
Oh, really?
What did you just call me?
Did you just call him really?
Nah, I said, oh, really? That's nice.
No, was that what you're going to do? Are you going to see John?
Might as well. Yes.
John,
that's a good idea, actually.
Well, now the thing is will my grandfather remember that? It's got to be something really out there and exciting that he'll be able to remember.
So,
John, you got to clean up your house.
Family on the boat and have a little get together.
On the boat, okay. What do you think about that, Grandpa?
Yeah. Enjoy the water.
Have you ever heard of this thing called kayaking?
Yep, of course.
I know somebody that did that a little bit ago, and they almost dropped a gold coin in the water. It was silly. It was crazy.
It's not.
You ever been to New York?
Yeah. There's little stream there called the Hudson River, right?
Hey, I want to talk.
And there's also this.
I want to talk to this
board of water.
Young
Manhattan. It's very nice. That's where my boat is located.
Where?
Maybe I'm right in Manhattan. That's where my boat is located. Maybe one day you could come visit.
Oh, I'd love that. What do you think about that, Grandpa Yank? You want to go to Manhattan Island and visit Russell?
He would definitely remember.
Would you remember that, Grandpa?
I don't remember what I'm doing. Who is this Russell guy? Who you sound now young. What do you do?
I'm the guy that's gonna save the day.
Save my day? You should save your day. I don't need no help. I just want my Yankee cannon in my son. I don't think he appreciates me anymore.
I appreciate you, Dad. I mean, Grandpa.
Yes, of course.
My dad appreciates my grandfather there. But what do you think
about
going to the boat?
They're just trying to get my hoard. Are you going to give this guy some money, Russell, whatever your name is? You giving this guy some money?
Yes, sir. All you gotta do is just fill out the application. I'm about to text over and just.
Well, then you are a blooming idiot.
He doesn't want you to send me any money.
Absolutely not. I've given this kid so much money, he keeps squandering it. You're going to give him money? He makes this disgusting vile tea and makes me swallow it, and it makes me poop different color. I don't like it.
But it helps you, Grandpa. You don't remember right now because I haven't made another batch for you yet. I should have made him a batch of tea before coming on.
You don't shove that down my butthole, son.
He's not going to help me with this loan, is he? I tell you what.
You better not.
I definitely am. I'm gonna go help you with the application.
Are you out of your cotton picking mind? Haven't you heard a word I said? This guy, he takes all my silver and all my gold. Now you're going to give him more money? You should have your head examined.
It's really hard for me to argue with him on that, Russell. He's got a good point there, really.
How much gold do you have, Bustle?
I'm gonna take
Whatever.
your application link, okay?
Okay,
Email
all
address.
right. Sounds good. I'll try
Alright,
to I'll try
you
to
guys
call
have
my
a good
dad.
day. You have a good weekend.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
All right.
What was that guy's name again?
No problem. Respond to my text, okay?
Tell him your name again, real quick, Russell, so he knows.
It's Russell.
All right, very
Russell
good.
Kennedy.
Wait a minute. What?
Noli.
You're a Kennedy? Are you kidding me?
Sir.
Oh, well, that
Yeah,
explains it.
he's gonna
You give
remember
money
that.
to anybody.
Does Rose Kennedy wear a black dress?
Yeah,
I think he'll remember
that's
that.
how she like it. Yeah.
Grandpa,
Ain't
who's
that
your
his
favorite
favorite?
Kennedy? Who's your favorite Kennedy in Camelot?
You don't want to go there.
I don't want to go there. All right. Well, we'll look forward to that
All
text, sir. All right.
All right, no problem. I'm gonna go ahead and send it over right now. You have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Who is that?
That was fun. All right. We kept them on for a while. Let's see here. All right. I had another guy. Let me see here. This guy here sent me a text saying that he had got my application. I never sent him one. So we're going to try to call David. Let's see here.
That's a good name.
Oh, yeah. It is a pretty good name. Let's see here. 19415.
I know Coins A to Z. Totally not.
Coins A to Z. There we go. All right.
Jazz just put in a number. Hey, that's my number.
Yeah, we're calling Yankee. Yeah.
No.
Hello, thank you for calling FMS Advance, a direct funder. If you are calling within normal business hours, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, then we are currently on the line servicing customers and will respond as soon as possible.
Shoot.
Please leave a detailed message with
No.
your name.
We're going to call.
Now, I would love for you to get a lady on the line because, Grandpa sometimes really likes the ladies.
All right, we will try to get a lady. We're going to try to call Elizabeth.
Okay, here we go.
We're going to call Sam first. This guy's actually a Class A jerk, but we're going to have fun with him here. Sam. And maybe we'll have him talk like a lady. We'll see. We're going to see what we can work out here. Let's see here. We have as Elizabeth, but I can't promise anything with the ladies don't like to answer. I tell you, it's crazy. Like Jen Durham, we've tried to call her. We'll try to call her again too, but they typically don't like to answer. I don't know what the deal is. So let's try to call Jen, and then we'll try to call Elizabeth. I think we've tried Elizabeth before, but she hasn't answered. It's
Keep going.
all right. Yes, indeed. All right.
I don't know if King's Coins heard me say Jonathan's what? Oh no, it was Wick. John, yeah.
John Wick.
John what?
John Wick.
I don't know if you heard me say that.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'm trying to find all the female numbers I have. There's not too many. Lupe sometimes will answer.
Hey, Bayou Bully. Good to see you.
She's in California, so we'll get Lupe on next.
Nobody wants that.
Hello.
Hello, is this Elizabeth?
Yes, it is.
Yes, Elizabeth. I'm calling about the loan. I talked to you a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to talk to you about getting a loan for my business.
Oh, right. Well, I'm not at work right now, so I can't fill an application.
Well, that's
or send
okay.
you anything.
Can we just tell you a little bit about that? Because I have my grandfather here on the line with me, and
Okay.
and the reason is you'll love this story. I was able to help my grandfather, who did such a wonderful job raising me as a child, and so I've developed this tea. And this tea has an infusion of literal 24 karat gold flakes infused in such a way to help his memory, because he deals with dementia. But say hello, Grandpa Yank, to Elizabeth.
Hello, who is this?
Hi, Grandpa.
Hi,
Good.
is this my Elizabeth?
Oh,
Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, okay. Why am I on this?
All right.
Why am I on this?
Okay, Grandpa, we're talking to the lady who might be able to help.
Salivate, why am I on this right now? I want to know.
We're trying to help you out, Grandpa. Elizabeth here is going to give us some money to help get you better.
Like,
and it's not just.
So you want to sell a bottle and sell this tea?
Yeah, I want to sell this tea to help people like my grandfather with their memory problems, dementia.
tea ever drink.
That's so cool.
And he loves the tea.
I hate it.
Where are you located?
We're located in the greater Washington, D.C. area. And
okay.
And so we want to try to see if we can get this business off this. I've found the formula. I just need to mass produce it. So I need the money for the equipment and the.
Yeah. Now, do you have any kind of relationship with the bank?
Oh yes, but it's not the kind of relationship you think. It's purely a pragmatic, platonic relationship.
Ah, that's not true. That's not true.
Well, I'm just saying that
it's disgusting.
A lot less expensive than we are.
Oh no, I'd like to work for you. I think it'd be a great thing because you contacted me when you talked to me before. You said we provide business funding and this is what you guys do, and you have some great rates.
Yeah,
but even if you don't have great rates,
usually can't get funded by the banks because our interest rates can be high teens to high 30s.
Right, nice.
I'm interested in the date.
That's good for me. Okay. Yeah, that'll work for me.
Okay.
Hey, Elizabeth.
Them. And the only thing is, this is a startup for you, right? So you're not depositing $15,000 into a business account right now.
Oh, we're doing about $23,000 a month.
See, he takes $23,000 a month from me.
Well, see, Elizabeth, here's the deal. I've got an established business, okay, that I've had for 14 years. For 14 years, this is a new venture we're trying to get. I just discovered this a couple of maybe a month ago, and my grandfather actually he hasn't drank his tea yet today. So he's not quite.
I'm not drinking that stuff anymore.
I still have to work some kinks out. The taste of some of them sometimes the gold can put a sour taste.
I can't get off the John because of that stuff.
And right now, my other agent is in Saudi Arabia right now, and and he's trying to provide some funding from Riyadh right now. He's found this camel that can fit through the eye of a needle. A crazy thing. They have them out in Saudi Arabia out there, so he's working on that.
I think he's trying to get me to go to Saudi Arabia and take all my money. You said you're Elizabeth?
Yes. Yeah. Good job. You remembered her name. Yankee.
I know. Of course I remember her name.
Because she's a lovely sounding lady, isn't she?
Sounds like a beautiful woman. Beautiful.
That's sweet.
So anyways.
Well,
you hitched?
Okay. Well, the best I can do is I'm actually going to be quitting this job because I hate it.
Oh, wait, I don't blame you. I would too if I was running that line of work.
It's like it's a big pitch of a bunch of lies,
Boom! You got it. Amen, sister.
Hey, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you need a little sugar. You need a little sugar daddy to help you out.
Yeah.
You should see my Yankee cannon.
Hey, you know what? We might have to break character a little bit, Grandpa Yang, because this is one who's seen the light. See, what we do is we call and waste time for people that are in your line of work. So we're glad you're getting out of it. So amen to you, sister.
Yeah,
that is phenomenal.
So,
I'm proud of you. Thank you for doing it.
Why don't I give you a call on Monday when I'm in the office, okay?
Well, I tell you what, we should hook up. We should call you when you find a job you actually like, and
right. We're kind of hoping you won't go back to that office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. So
you want to sleep well at night.
Call you on Monday, okay? And we'll go from there.
All right, we'll talk you out of the rest of this job. We'll do. All right, sounds good, Elizabeth.
Okay.
You take care.
Okay, thanks for calling. All right, bye, Grandpa.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'll be Grandpa for a second there. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Now that was cool. That that is unique.
She started to feel a little remorse there.
Yeah. She started to feel a little remorse. See, there you go. And see, and that's the first. Actually, we've never had somebody actually say they hated what they're doing, and that was.
No, she didn't just say hated it. She said that it was wrong. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That it was wrong. That's right. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of people hate their jobs, but they don't necessarily think of what they're doing is wrong.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. She admitted. Yeah. That's right. Very good. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Do we want to do one more, and then maybe we'll wrap it up?
Ask the chat. Maybe they're sick and tired of this.
Yeah. What do you think, guys?
Put a one in the chat if you want us to do this again.
Do one more call, or two if you want us to talk a little bit longer, and then go from there. We'll get the pulse of the community here. Let's see here. All right. That was fun though, Yankee. That was cool.
Oh, man, you're great. I saw an international stacker pop in. I was like, "Where's he going with the Saudi Arabian camel?" I'm like, looked over. I was like, "Oh."
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, cool. All right. Tech scammer. Yeah, we don't have any tech scammers. Urban Life. Hey, thanks, Urban Lifestyle.
Thanks, Eli.
By the way, Eli, if you're interested, hit me up on email, salivatemetal@gmail.com. We'll do this with you too if you want.
That's awesome.
Let's see here. Who's next? Okay, we only got one. So I'm gonna say that probably I guess people have had it. I guess they're okay with just what we've done so far. So I guess that's fine. Well, cool. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me see. So we got we did my questions. We took questions from the viewers here, and we had a great time. Usually these last about an hour anyway, so we're kind of getting around that time. But Yankee, is there anything else you wanted to say, or anything we didn't talk about that you want to discuss?
Well, I did want to mention real quick the next Yankee Spotlight that's coming up on the 23rd.
Oh, yes.
So that's Sunday, and I do Sunday afternoons, or do Sunday afternoons. You were my first one, so the second one is going to be Sunday afternoon, 3 to 5, June 23rd. And the reason I do that is so that those people across the pond in Great Britain and in Ireland and so many other places can actually join in, because a lot of the streams you do, they're just fast asleep.
Yes, I know. I've got some people coming there. It's right on the cusp when I start on mine too. The reason why I start when I do is because of I'm working, so I got to come home from work and all that stuff. So yeah. Well, that's cool. That episode, the 23rd of June, is the next Yankee Spotlight. Stay tuned.
Yankee Spotlight, and I have someone that I don't think streams.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm really excited about it. He's got quite a few, not as much as you, but quite a few subs. Actually,
nice.
To 12,000.
Cool.
So someone I really admire, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be cool. Stay tuned for that, guys. And by the way, in the link in the description of this video, if you're watching live or in the replay, please check out the link to Yankee Stacking's channel and give him a sub and watch his content. You will not be disappointed, for sure. A great guy, definitely.
Sal, I've been looking forward to this ever since I started. And you said that when you pass that 6-month period or whatever, I could come on your stream, or you said that to the community. And I was like, 6 months, I gotta go 6 months before I can get on it. I really wanted to be on your
well, and that's not an entirely necessarily hard fast. If it's 5.5 months or something like that, the reason why I do that is because a lot of times people they'll go hard and heavy with a channel, and then they're just kaput. They don't feel. And if I do a video for somebody who and then they're gone, and it's like I want somebody who wants to be here and wants to grow, and so that's kind of why I kind of put that as a kind of a benchmark.
And that does happen. I mean, people have even been here quite a while. Silver Turtle 66 or 60. Sorry,
65. Yeah.
65, 66. Dementia. Yeah, he was off for a while. Other people jump off for issues. Clever Coin had to, deal with some family stuff. It happens.
Oh yeah, it does happen. And I'm not even talking about stuff for emergencies, or if I'm just talking about, if somebody they're not, it's just basically wanting to kind of get an idea. Somebody who was planning on being here for the most part. Unplanned is certainly understandable. But yeah, that's kind of one of the main reasons. But it's not an incredibly hard and fast rule. If somebody's here 5.5 months or
More like
whatever,
a guideline.
yeah, it's kind of like a guideline. Yeah, yeah.
No, you're just an inspiration to all of us, Sal. You really
Well,
are.
thank you. And I appreciate it. I'm inspired because of folks like you in this community, and the fact that we got a sympathy like out of Terry Rabideau. That's an inspiration too. You know.
Anytime you get a like from Terry, that's golden.
That's good. Yeah, it's golden. Exactly.
What happened to Granny Liz? Says Donald. I have no
Oh, Donald with Granny Liz. To Liz. She saw the light and told us about it. Donald must have missed that part in the call. She said what she was doing was wrong, and she hated it there and was gonna quit, you know, or was looking for a new job. I was like, good. I was like,
that's the first, and that's kind of threw you, didn't it?
yeah, it did throw me. I was like, I think we got to break character and applaud her and tell her what we were doing. I think that's and I, you know, it's so I was just amazed that she said that. That was great. Very good. All right, guys. Well, thank you, Yankee. I've appreciated it so much. A fun interview indeed. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to have more of these. I think we got 1 or 2 lined up, and after this, or gonna have to get them scheduled. But thanks again, everybody. I appreciate it. And thanks, Yankee Stacking, for being here and for this interview. It was a fun time.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, and I hope everyone's day is A-okay.
A-okay. All right. And a multitude of gratitude to you all. Keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the coffee ground. See ya.